My name is Emily Begue Masinda, and I'm the senior bird keeper and trainer at Southwick Zoo.
Hello, I'm John Rossi. I'm a touring drummer with a passion for animal conservation. When I'm on the road, I spend as much time as possible visiting zoos, aquariums, and conservation organizations. Now, I want to share those places with you. I'll be talking to keepers, vets, conservationists, anyone who can help me in my mission of connecting my people to animals through their people. Join me on my Rossifari. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Rossifari podcast, and happy Mother's Day! Soon, because it's Tuesday now, and Mother's Day is on Sunday. But I thought that this would be the perfect week to drop a Mother's Day episode. And so when a friend of mine, who is also a friend of yours, reached out to me and said, hey, I'm pregnant, so I want to do a Mother's Day episode with you about what that's been like. I said, okay. And it's someone y'all love. I mean, you already heard her name at the beginning. Here I am being all teasery, but I put the names at the beginning. I forgot that part. Anyway, it is Emily Begue, now Emily Begue Masinda, Danny's right-hand woman at Southwick Zoo. And there's been a lot of life changes since we've had Emily on as a guest. And I am excited to have her share all of that with you. Now, on top of that, I need to remind y'all that if you are a mother or a person who is interested in motherhood stories and wildlife and how they connect, there's an incredible podcast out there called the Mothering Wildlife Podcast, hosted by our good friend Elizabeth Johnson, who's at Long Neck Manor, who used to be at the Naples Zoo, and produced by Elizabeth and me. We work together on that. So that's exciting. And it really digs deep into what it's like being a mom and working in the zoo or wildlife field. So as you're listening to this, if you hear me, talking to Emily and saying things that are kind of dumb and being like, I don't know, I've never been a mom. If you listen to Mothering Wildlife, you'll get to hear these same types of interviews, only better because the host isn't an idiot who's never been a mom and trying to do an interview about being a mom. So yeah, check it out. Also, a couple of quick reminders. We have a bunch of cool stuff going on right now. So Safe Red Panda has our merch still for sale. And I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Animals Anonymous has partnered with us at Safe Tree Kangaroo to put out an exclusive line of merch this month that is available. It has Paya, my heart tree kangaroo, on the front, and it's a picture that I took. And on the back is the Safe Tree Kangaroo logo and the World Tree Kangaroo Day logo, which I really love. And World Tree Kangaroo Day is coming up later this month. So 20% of all sales go directly to Safe Tree Kangaroo. And so I hope you check that out. I'll keep posting the links. I love it all so much, and I think y'all should as well. And then also, we might be taking a trip of Rossifarians to Ecuador. So if you are at all interested in going and doing some sea turtle conservation and making me your new bestie, then make sure you sign up for our WhatsApp group so that you can get that information. It is through an organization called World Packers, and I have, vetted them very thoroughly, and this is going to be a great experience. So get in that WhatsApp group and let's make things happen. So yeah, with all of that said, you also know to hit subscribe and, follow the socials at Rossifari, TikTok at Rossifari Pod, all the things. So I think it's time to get to a slightly early Mother's Day celebration with our good friend Emily Begue Masinda. Enjoy, y'all. Yeah. Hi, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
So my question immediately is, are you actually Emily Begue Masinda, or are you just doing the Danny Poirier Larson thing that she did for years after getting married before finally just becoming Danny Larson?
Oh my God. You know what's so funny is that I have procrastinated for 2 years, but finally, in the eyes of the government, I am in fact Emily Begue Masinda.
Nice. Okay, so you went with the hyphenate.
So Begue is actually my legal middle name now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I retained it, but it's not hyphenated.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is all the important stuff. This is the deep stuff we need to go into on a zoological podcast. So, did you have a middle name before this, or were you one of those weirdos with no middle name?
I did have a middle name, and I want you to guess. I mean, I don't think you could guess, but like, do you have a guess?
I that would be a weird thing to know. It'd be really funny if I just pulled it out of the air. But I'm going to guess Leanne.
Ooh, that's a really good guess.
I like it.
It actually kind of sounds similar. My middle name was Suzanne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
that's a family name. So
okay.
That's my aunt Susie.
Okay.
And, I did run it by my mom. She is, of course, still with us, my aunt. And so I ran it by my mom, and she was okay with me parting with Suzanne to retain Begue. So.
Okay, because that was my first thought. Was like, wow, Suzanne got a little bit of a smack in the face there.
Yeah. Sorry, Susie. I love you.
Whoops. That's really funny. But yeah, okay, cool. So I know that you have been on in some capacity since getting married, but we haven't really talked much about all of that. So how did that go? How's life? Tell us all the things other than the thing we're actually going to talk about.
Yeah, no, things have been really good. Yes, Michael is my husband, and we have been together now for over a decade. We are happily married 2 years. We took a little bit of a delayed honeymoon, and we went to South Africa together, and that was fantastic. And we are now proudly homeowners in the state of Connecticut, but I'm still working at the zoo. So
yeah. How much of a commute is that?
It's just about 50 minutes. So, okay. I mean, I was living in Connecticut when I first started at Southwick, when I was still living at home with my parents. So I am no stranger to that drive.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Lots of time to listen to cool podcasts like Rossifari.
Absolutely. That conference podcast was so good.
Oh my gosh. What chaos.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
I love Danny, obviously. Who doesn't? But finding out how amazing Megan was. Like, I already liked Megan, but finding out how truly amazing of a human she is was just incredible to me. It was such a nice treat. Oh yeah, no, like it's all across the board such a solid team over at Southwick, and we have far too much fun all the time. I know. I've been there. I've seen it. True. So we are here because you actually reached out to me and you were like, Mother's Day is coming up and I'm pregnant. Put me on your podcast. And I have learned to never say no to a pregnant woman. So here we are. Yes. And I am coming to you live from the nursery right now, actually. So I am sitting in the nursery and John, you are on the changing table. Amazing. That makes me so happy. I like that because we all know I'm basically full of crap. So that is appropriate. Oh, only sometimes. So you mentioned that you were doing hot air balloons as like your theme. And I noticed that, it's really pretty. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I think that might come as a surprise to a lot of people that we did not go the animal route. But I think there's obviously a lot to work with there, and it's always so cute. There will be plenty of animal onesies for our baby boy. But funny enough, the area where we live, there's a hot air balloon takeoff spot not too far away. And we frequently, as we are just driving around our town, we'll see hot air balloons in the sky. And I thought that was a really sweet theme. So there will definitely be animal features, but we liked this theme. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. And it's better than Danny and Paul fighting over birds or vacuums. So, Yeah. That will not be our sound machine, I don't think, for this little guy. I don't vacuum nearly as much as we should. So you said it's a little boy. I heard you drop that. Spoiler alert, right? So when are you due?
Due date is July 1st. So,
that's really exciting. It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming around the corner. Faster than I want to do.
Yes. And we have agreed that you're going to name the little one Rossifari, right? Right?
It is in the running. It's on the list.
Okay. Somehow I don't believe you, but I think I should at least get a vote for this. I don't know why I think that, but I think I should. Can we do a naming contest online, like we've done with some animal stuff?
Hey, if it can raise some money for conservation, maybe.
Heck yeah. We'll give it all to bird stuff.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pretend that we don't already have a name picked out, and we can do a really fun naming contest.
Perfect. Are y'all sharing what the name is, or is that a secret?
Yeah, we're going to keep that under wraps until he gets here.
I'm sticking with Rossifari then.
There you go. Yeah, we'll say that for now.
See, and I would say that you could have the middle name be Rossifari, but I've learned today that you people just throw your middle names away like they are nothing. So I don't want to risk getting the Aunt Suzanne treatment.
That's so true. Yeah, I'm just getting the boot later on in life.
How sad would that be?
Yeah. Something as special as Rossifari.
So tell me, my friend, working as a bird trainer, setting up for shows. Also, worth mentioning, your shows will launch, Memorial Day? And then you'll have a month before you go on maternity leave or less. So, talk to me about all of the challenges that this has presented.
Yeah, it's definitely, things are getting more difficult to do physically for me right now. I come suited to work with knee pads and a back brace every single day. And I just I do what I can. And luckily, of course, Danny having two little ones at home has been a really great resource because, I'm sure, as you would probably guess from me as well, from what you know, I will just suck it up and do it. But I do need someone sometimes to be like, hey, don't do that anymore. So I do what I can, trying to be as normal as possible, but scaling back slowly over time as I approach 30 weeks pregnant. And yeah, luckily, especially going into the second year of brief flight, we're kind of just seeing where we're at with a lot of our birds as we can make our way back outside for a lot of our training sessions. And things are going really, really well. I think that I'm going to be really out of breath during shows, but I think that it'll be a really fun opportunity to just kind of poke fun at myself. And I think that all of the moms in the audience are going to be right there laughing with me. So they know where I'm coming from.
Definitely. No, that makes a lot of sense. And that's really cool. It makes me curious though. So as y'all are prepping for this show, how much are you going to be a T1, a T2 at times, or are you just going to stay in the background so they can swap you out fairly easily?
I think I will be T1 as long as I can, as long as I'm still here. And for the most part, with all the moving pieces in our show, it does work out where T1 can kind of just stay put out front. And yes, we are talking the whole time. But at this point, the talking is just kind of on autopilot, and I can really focus on what I am doing and all of the birds and all of their parts, and words just kind of come out. So that works out pretty well. And as far as the physicality goes, it's really not all that bad for me. So yeah, I'll just probably be out of breath.
That's fair. And then when you step away, who will take over that role? Do you know? We're
all pretty well versed. I think that that's another really great thing about our team is that we really try to make sure that every single trainer is as well versed as possible. And while we each come with such strong strengths, everyone has that little thing that they're really, really good at. We also want to make sure that we're well versed as possible. So I think that, from a literal standpoint, Megan will be taking my schedule when I take off at the end of June. So that does mean a lot more T1, more regular T1 days for her. So I think she's a little bit nervous from what she's communicated to me so far, but of course she's totally ready.
My biggest concern is just that y'all are going to have to turn her mic up so much. That girl is quiet.
Yeah, who knows? This is good practice for her. She's going to start projecting.
It's actually really funny. So microphones, the way that microphones work, especially condenser mics, they like basically seek out sound to amplify. Okay. Not to anthropomorphize a microphone, but so it's kind of how it works. So in a room with Danny and Megan and Zoe and I doing that, the recap stuff that we did, if I was even looking towards Megan, her mic was just like, oh my God, this dude's loud. I want to pick him up, and would pick me up. And then she would start talking and be like, wait, what, who, what? And so I had to do a lot of balancing because her mic liked me more than her, basically, just because she's so quiet. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. And I don't even have that problem with Zoe. Like, so yeah. So Megan, when you listen to this, turn on your microphone and turn it loud.
Well, good news is we are supposed to be getting a new sound system altogether as well this year. So hopefully that will come with some really nice software upgrades and all that good stuff. So
that's exciting. Mics are always a good thing.
So who knows?
Yeah, and when I come after you guys get your new sound system, I'll take a peek at it for you. I'll poke if I need to.
Thank you. Yeah,
yes. I've done that at a few facilities now. It's like a benefit of having me there.
Yeah, truly. I mean, our last one, we have been going through just like the headpieces, like they are papered. So it's time.
That's funny. So, all right. So let's talk about something that I'm super curious about, which is being pregnant. How did that happen? No, I'm kidding. But you can uncover your face.
Oh my God.
No, but so, I know that birds in particular really struggle with change when they're like sudden changes. Like I think Danny told a story about Kinta, if I'm remembering correctly, where like if Danny wore a headband, Kinta didn't recognize her. And, this is a bird that Danny hand reared. So like, what the heck? Now the changes that come with your body with pregnancy, tend to be more gradual, but I'm curious if any of the birds have had any negative reactions to, you having an extra human inside of you.
I really don't think so. I haven't noticed anything at all. They are still their usual wonderful selves around me. I've been taking update pictures. And it works out pretty well with the produce selection that we have stocked at the zoo. So like last week, the baby was the size of a pineapple and also a little bit bigger than our great breed macaw Dakota. So I was able to like pose with both of them and be like, this is how big my baby is. So yeah.
That's amazing.
They've been doing well. So I am worried about Kinta a little bit. I have the funniest video on my phone of Danny visiting right after she had Raina. It was the first time she had come to visit the zoo on her first maternity leave. And it was wintertime. And she was wearing a hat. And she walked in and Kinta was kind of calling a little bit. And Danny comes over and she's like scolding Kinta. She's like, hey, don't do that. It's me. And she rips off her hat and Kinta immediately stops calling.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So I'm fingers crossed the same for me. Same treatment for me, but we'll see.
Yeah. I just like that Kinta has a special relationship with me that Danny can't understand. That's my favorite. Whenever I'm there, she's just like, what? Why? Okay. All right. Kinta really likes John and I don't get it.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've picked up on that. That's so funny. I guess I'm so absorbed with your love story with Russell Crowe.
Oh my God. My bestie. Yeah, no, but Kinta's very calm with me. Like I can go right up and like take pictures and like put my face right there and everything's very fine. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I wish I could say the same for our interns, but we'll see how this group does this summer.
So, no changes with the birds is, good news. But how does this, you've talked about some of the physical aspect of it, but does any of this ever like mess with your training, your thinking? I mean, I know, I've weirdly never been pregnant, but, I know a lot of, moms that talk about pregnancy brain and stuff like that. And when you're in there, especially working free flighted with birds, like you got to be on. So have you noticed any effects of anything like that, or are you just nailing it?
Not so much in the training sessions. We'll kind of see as we get into more of the free flight. We've been taking our baby steps, so things are a little bit more controlled right now. We do have a really nice training space that is netted in, so we can be working outside, but in a little bit more of a controlled environment. So I have that kind of safety net there. But I definitely just kind of in general with like the cleaning, I'll like walk over to a corner of the room and be like, why am I here? So I do kind of lock in for the training session so far, fingers crossed, but that stays true. But yeah, in general, everything else, I'm like, why was I compelled to come over here right now? No idea.
That's so funny. And right now, the interesting thing is, I know another big thing with pregnancy is that your ankles often hurt a lot because there's like another human being balanced on them. But you don't even have the most messed up ankle on your team right now.
It's so true. Yeah, I would say my ankles are okay. Like maybe they swell a little bit, but I'll tell you what, my ribs are killing me. And I hope that other moms can relate to. My ribs hurt so bad. Like I'll tell you one thing. I said this to whoever I was working with last, but it's forcing me into really good posture. Because I have to really stick out my gut because if I crunch too much, it hurts my ribs really bad.
That's so interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of, again, never been pregnant, but I never heard of ribs being a thing. So like, why is that a thing?
Well, because all of my organs are squished up here.
Oh, that makes sense. See?
Yeah, all of my organs have migrated up to make way for the uterus and the human. And also kind of that like loosening of ligaments as well, because like all the ligaments in my body are letting go a little bit so that I can push a watermelon out of my body. And so that combination is just like, I would say that's been the biggest discomfort in my body so far.
That makes sense. I don't know how y'all do it. I mean, first of all, respect to all women, all mothers, all the things, but like, I would be terrified of that process of the watermelon pushing out of that not watermelon sized part of your body. Yeah. Do you worry about that, or are you just so excited to meet the little one? You're just like, yeah, it'll be fine.
I think that like I started to get the questions about a birth plan, and I'm like, birth plan? Yeah, I plan on giving birth. For sure. For sure. I plan on doing that. But yeah, I just want it to go as smoothly as it can. And yeah, I from what I have heard from all of the wonderful people in my life who have passed watermelons out of their bodies, you have all of that adrenaline and like the feeling of relief after too. You don't even think about it anymore. And of course the love and all of that good stuff too.
Good job getting there eventually.
Yeah, I almost forgot. That's the mom brain.
That was amazing. I find I mean, I've been putting off, I'm supposed to schedule a colonoscopy, and I've been putting it off for the last 2 days because I don't want to tube up my butt. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to pass y'all are brave.
I mean, hey, that's like super not fun. Also, like the prep for that stuff, you gotta drink the special drink and all that not fun stuff.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I did not enjoy was the special drink that pregnant women have to drink is the glucose test. That was brutal. I failed my first glucose test. So I had to go back. I had to do the 3-hour and then I passed that one. So all is well. But
well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't like medical drinks.
No. But I can't remember. Do you like? You're a coffee fiend? I've brought you things from Muffin House before. So are you having to do no coffee for this?
Oh, I am sticking below my 200 milligrams. My first trimester, it was very strange for me. I should start from the top. I had a relatively easy first trimester. Thank goodness, because I don't know if you know this about me, but I am low-key emetophobic.
Oh, no.
The fear of vomit.
Right.
So the prospect of being ill every day was actually kind of scary for me. And I was never sick. I felt a little bit nauseated, but I did have a distaste for coffee, which I think was more so just like hot drinks in general.
Right.
So I actually was off coffee for a little bit, but not to worry, I'm right back on coffee, but I keep it under 200 milligrams. I have one a day. I never exceed one coffee. And I'm staying true to that. So.
Good, man. I think that would scare me more than passing a watermelon, having to give up coffee. Come on now.
I got a decaf Muffin House and it was not good.
Oh no. Yeah, and you have Muffin House right there, like all of the good coffee and muffins and things.
Did you go last time you were here recently?
Duh, I spent like 2 hours there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Raina had like dance class or something, and I had gotten to town. And I was just like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and do work. Yeah, no, that place is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the vibes are just perfect for any amount of time.
I will say it was really funny. The guy who was ringing me up and taking care of me and stuff. So for those of you who don't know or don't remember this, there's this amazing cafe bakery place that has incredible coffees and muffins and breakfast sandwiches. I'm addicted to their breakfast sandwiches and all the things. And they do flavored iced coffees, and it's not through syrup. It's like the beans are flavored. So very good, very unique. I love them, and they have a ton of flavors. And so every time I go there, oftentimes I'll get like 2 smalls so that I could have like different flavors to try and stuff. But so I go up to this dude and I'm like, all right, cool. And I order my breakfast sandwich and I get some muffins and I'm like, all right, now. And I look at the board of iced coffees and I'm like, I think I'm going to go with a medium s'mores. And he goes, we're out of s'mores. And I go, okay, that's cool. That's fine. What about the chocolate peanut butter? We're out of that. I went, oh, okay. How about the marshmallow? We're out of that. And I literally looked at the dude and I was like, can you tell me what ones you're not out of? This might go faster. And he literally goes, oh yeah, we only have like 4 right now. And he told me what they were. He was just going to let me keep riffing until I stumbled on, like, we're talking like 25 flavors and they had like 4 of them available. And he was nowhere near stopping me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is very unlike Muffin House.
It is. I know. I love the vibes there. I love the people there. I'm sure dude was just having an off day, or maybe even was just like, oh, I really don't want to disappoint this guy. Maybe he was just hoping to get lucky. I don't think he was being a jerk, but I was just straight up like, come on. But yeah, I do love it there. So you mentioned interns. Have they showed up yet?
Not yet. So that is the other thing that it's been kind of sad for me to think about going forward is I do love bringing on interns so much. I love showing them the ropes and seeing them progress, but I'm only going to have about a month with them before I just peace off.
Yeah.
For a while, so.
Yeah, that's crazy. You really like that. And like, you've always been like the good cop to Danny's bad cop. So like, I kid.
We get glowing reviews.
Oh, I know a lot of your former interns. I've gotten to know many of them over the years.
That's right. Yeah. We got a lot of faces that come back to come visit, which is also our favorite.
Yeah. Very cool. So, what do you think it's going to be like for you? Because obviously you have like, a mom and stuff, but also you have Danny, who you've seen do this twice. And so what do you think it's going to be like for you stepping away, doing maternity leave, and then trying to go back?
No, I'm going to be on our animal care software as much as I can. I'm probably not going to be able to pull myself away from reading the updates at the end of the day. And also, we have, of course, a wonderful Snapchat group where we update each other on our lives a lot of the time, very regularly. But of course, with it being the entire bird department, it happens to be a lot of bird things. So I am going to be very well connected, I'm sure. And I think I'm gonna need that for sure to stay in touch with them.
Yeah. Do you think you'll take little baby Rossifari to the zoo like pretty early on, or do you think you'll wait a while?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I'm so glad that you said that, because I'm sure, as you know, Danny's birthday is July 24th, but so is our lovely other staff member, Emily Begue. They have the same birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have already thought ahead to maybe coming for a lunch with our little like pink gummy tree frog.
Yes.
He's a little still. But yeah, I am anticipating, fingers crossed, if I am able to make it for that, I want to go celebrate with them. So I'm going to
Very cool. That's awesome. No, I love that. That's awesome. I think it's so amazing to me. So I, have gotten in the last couple of years this really big global perspective, because I have become friends with and interviewed people all over the world, and a lot of people in Australia in particular. And many of them have gone on to have kids. And, they get a whole lot more maternity leave in places like Australia than we do here in the United States. And it's so fascinating to me watching what moms are able to do in other countries when they have like a year of maternity leave or whatever crazy amount it is. And they can take care of themselves, and they get to bond with their kids, and they get to work on their bodies and getting back into shape that they want to be in. And they get to take their kids go with them on trips to the zoo, and on like overnight trips and like week-long trips and international trips, all within like the first year of life. And I watch this happen. And then, we get 6 weeks if you're lucky, and then you're never allowed to see your child again or something like that. I don't remember the exact rules, but it's been interesting to see that. So I definitely think, the more that you're able to do that kind of stuff, it just seems so good to me seeing that when I see it in other countries.
Yeah, I do have the benefit of, while I live in Connecticut, working in Massachusetts. And Massachusetts is incredibly generous with their paid family medical leave. So I feel very fortunate to work in a state that will kind of look out for me during that time. It's not just kind of like you take the time off of work and like, we'll see you when you come back. Like, there is going to be some kind of income coming through the door, which I greatly appreciate. And that makes that transition a little bit less of a stressful thing. So yeah, Massachusetts looks out for us in that way, and hopefully we can come around to more of the country having similar policies. So,
well, that's good.
My Connecticut doctors look at what Mass has to offer, and they're like, "Wow." They've all made a lot of comments, because Connecticut, and they could get a lot of patients from Rhode Island as well, and they're like, it's not nearly as good in Connecticut and Rhode Island.
That's well, good. I'm glad that'll be good for you. That's cool. I didn't realize. I mean, it makes sense that it would be where your employer is based, but so many other things are based on where you live. That works out really well.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, I also get so much encouragement from Danny, having gone through too, and she's like, take as much time as they will give you. So there's nothing but encouragement on that front as well.
Yeah, Southwick in general has always been pretty good about that stuff, I know. So that is very cool.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, do you have a conservation organization you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we got to shout out to our number one association, Harmonia. We got to give lots of love to the Blue Throats. That's always a number one for us. So lots of love to them in Eastern Bolivia.
Should we, is that who we'll raise money for with the Name Your Baby contest?
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. And then it is time. It's time now, don't you know? We've come to the end of the show. But there's one tale left to go. You're gonna laugh and say, oh no. It's time for the Rossifari Poop Story.
Oh my gosh. Okay, for old time's sake. Poop Story! Oh my gosh, I didn't even come prepared with a poop story. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Poop stories. Can I share one for Megan?
Yep.
So, poor Megan has had some pretty unfortunate luck with poop. Yeah, I'm just very unfortunate. And one of the worst ones was with our red-legged Sariamas, and she was cleaning their inside exhibit. And they have nice high perches because they like to be perched up high. And Megan was cleaning below the perch. And I get a radio call, and Megan is frantic on the other end. And she said, Emily, can you come to the leopard house? Because that's where that's what we call the house where the Sariamas are housed. She goes, can you come to the leopard house with a towel because Purdy just pooped on my head? And of course, these are omnivorous birds. They eat a lot of meat. They're partially carnivorous, and so it's like stinky. It's so very stinky and so messy. And I get there and she is just like head under a hose. And I'm like, no, running at her with towels and just like, what do you need? And she says, I'm going to take a shower. Oh God. Yeah. So not to me personally, I'm sure I'm going to have a lot of poop stories very, very soon.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind. That's maybe one of the worst ones I've heard in a minute. So
nice. That's so fun. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I can't believe I joined the ranks of Zoom moms. This is so wild.
Woo! Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thanks.
Y'all, I will never, ever, ever get sick of my friends at Southwick Zoo, whether it's Emily, whether it's Danny, whether it's Megan, whether it's the rest of the team that I haven't had on yet, but I really like them. But I actually have to tell you guys a story. So, we, like you heard, this is Emily Masinda now, but was Emily Begue. And there's another Emily on the team who is quite lovely. And her last name starts with a B. And so to differentiate between Emily Masinda and the other Emily, they started saying Emily M or Emily B. And at first, when Danny started telling me things and was like, Emily B, I was like, oh, it's weird that they call Emily Begue Emily B because now she's Emily Masinda. And it actually took me a while to figure out what was going on. And I think like Danny had to explain it to me like an idiot, which makes sense. So yeah, but just always love all of the openness that team has and their role on this podcast. So I'm eternally thankful to the entire bird team at Southwick's. Most of all, of course, is not actually Emily, but the one I'm the closest to is Russell Crowe. We all know that. And so, yeah, very thankful to Emily for hopping on there and to Southwick's for always being supportive. And before I get going, I did want to tell y'all that for Zoo News this week, I have already started working on it. And, this story of Sloth World keeps going. And so while the whole episode won't be on that, I did want to take the time to feature some more about it. And I'm doing it right. Sam Troll from the Sloth Institute is back on the podcast on Friday. She was on a while ago to first discuss when all this Sloth World stuff started happening. And the Sloth Institute and Sloth Conservation Foundation have been absolutely instrumental in getting Sloth World shut down and all the good things. So we already recorded our interview, which is why I can tell you this now. So make sure you tune in on Friday and you'll hear from Sam and then get some other deep dives. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but one or two other things might have been happening in the zoological world this week. Yeah. So with all of that said, I will see you on Friday. But before I get going, I do want to take a moment to say thank you to my patrons, especially my Red Panda level patrons, Dr. Laura Shank, Dr. Stephen Williamson, Barbara Bennett, Jenny Owens, Melissa Reed, Carrie Kirkpatrick, John Lewis, who is also here for stickers, Kevin Williams, and Cormac McMuffin. Meow. And yeah, we'll be back on Friday. And until then, remember, friends, the word credits backwards is Steiderk. The Rossifari podcast is produced, hosted, and engineered by John Rossi. Editing and fact-checking by John and Dr. Zoe Rossi. Our theme song is Sevens by Nathan Burke, performed by Nathan and John. Interrupting John theme and additional voices by Taylor Isaac Gray. You can reach John directly on Instagram and Facebook at Rossifari or by email at rossifaripod@gmail.com. Rossifari is part of the Daydreamer Media Network. Now, stop listening to me and go visit a zoo.